Hey guys, it's Adam with webstarts.com. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time to the channel, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications. That way you'll be the first to find out when I release a new video on how to create your very own free website, online store, blog, internet marketing, and a lot more. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to add e-commerce to your website using WebStarts. All of WebStarts websites can have e-commerce added to them. So you don't need to select a store design right out of the gate. You can actually choose any WebStarts design and add e-commerce to it. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Now you may be asking yourself, why is it important that I have the ability to add e-commerce to my website? And the reason is so many other of the online store builders focus on simply providing you a way to create an online catalog. So it's just a display of all the items that you have for sale. But they neglect to address the fact that you're going to need supporting web pages in order to get people to come to your website and then to convert those site visitors into people who actually make a purchase. So for example, when you create a store, you're still going to need a home page, an about page, a contact page, maybe a privacy policy, terms and conditions, and then ultimately landing pages. Those are just pages that you send people to from your social media posts or from your advertising that are specifically designed to talk about the features and benefits of one of the products that you're selling. So let's jump in by going to webstarts.com. That's the page that I'm on now. And if you've never been to WebStarts, just click Get Started. It's free. And then choose a design in the second step. It's not important which design you choose. All of these designs can be changed later and they're 100% customizable. So for this demo, I'm just going to select this business coaching design, and then in the next step I'm going to enter my name, my email address, and I'm going to select a password that I would like to use with my WebStarts account. So let me do that real quick. When you're ready, click sign up, and in this next step you're going to need to enter your cell phone number, and we're going to send you a text message with a code just to verify that it's you. We do that to prevent spammers and scammers from signing up and using our service. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll meet you back on the other side. After you've entered the code that we sent to you via text message and verified your account, you'll be on the Choose Your Website Address page. Here you can select to either use a .webstarts.com web address for your website, and that's totally free, or you can choose to subscribe to a paid plan and then use a top-level domain name like your very own .com, .net, or .org. You can select to upgrade to the paid plan or paid subscription later and add a domain if you'd like. So for this example, I'm just going to choose later, and that's just going to get me into the WebStarts dashboard without making a decision about the web address that I'd like to use. The first thing you're going to be greeted with when you sign up for a new account in the dashboard is a video that walks you through how to create a website using WebStarts. Be sure to take the time and watch that. It's a good video, and it's going to teach you a lot of the basic things that you need to know in order to create a good looking website in WebStarts. I'm going to dismiss that video, and I'm now in the dashboard view. If you scroll down in the dashboard view, you're going to see what we call application panels, and you can see that some of them are grayed out. The ones that are grayed out are the ones that are not active. So in this demo, I have this store application and it's grayed out. That means that it's not active, and in order to activate it, I'm simply going to click on it. And I'm going to do that now. In just a few moments, my store will be deployed on my website. So I'm now adding e-commerce to this existing website. A couple of other things are happening in the background. One of them is I'm being set up with a WePay account so that I can accept credit card payments via Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover right out of the gate. So I don't need to go through any underwriting or separate sign-up process. There is one thing required of you, and that's to confirm your email address and enter your bank details so they know where to deposit your money when you do begin to process transactions. You can also process transactions using PayPal, and you can use Stripe and Authorize.net as well, and you can find those settings under the Settings tab in this Manage Store view. Here you can see, for example, that my payment processor is WePay, and I can choose to accept PayPal. Now notice that my store name is somewhat ambiguous because I chose to select my web address later, and so I'm going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it Watch Store because my store is going to be all about watches. You can also enter in a store phone number, and you can upload a logo as well, and for that I'm just going to go to my local computer and upload an image that I'm going to use for a logo to represent my store, and I'm just going to use this watch logo. So I've uploaded it to what's called the file manager. That's where all your files are stored. I select it, and now I'm ready to click update and move on. Clicking on products, it's time to create our first product in our e-commerce store. We're going to do that by clicking add your first product, and I'm going to use some basic information just to show you this demonstration with my watch store, so don't worry about the titles and the descriptions. They're going to be fairly short. Yours will probably be longer because to sell products online, you really want to convey as much information as possible about your products. So I'm going to say gray watch, and then I'm going to say luxurious gray timepiece. And you can put whatever you want into the description. There's plenty of room there. The next thing you're going to notice is a field to enter tags. I can do that to help aid the search functionality of my store. So if somebody comes to my store and they click on the search field and they want to search by keyword, if I populate my product description with tags, it makes it easier to find those by keyword. Here I click to add an image to my product. Once again, I'm going to upload an image from my local computer. You can select one from the file manager if you've already uploaded them. Here I'm checking that image. You can also add multiple images to any product that you create using WebStarts. You can also use videos with your product. So if you have a video that talks about the features and benefits of your product, you would want to upload that there. Finally, I'm going to assign my product a price. I can select whether or not I want to charge tax by checking this box. And if you need to set up tax rules for a specific geographic region, you can do that by clicking on the Taxes tab right over here. I'm not going to do that at this time. And you can also choose an SEO-friendly URL for the products that you sell. This is important because it provides Google a link to your store that is going to help people find you amongst the search results. So by putting the product title and description into the URL itself, it's more likely to pop up on Google when they do a search. So that helps drive traffic to your website and increase sales. You can create categories as well as subcategories. So if I wanted to create a category for watches or a subcategory for different types of watches, I could do that here just by clicking add new, and there's a categories tab over on the left if I want to manage those categories later, for example, rearrange the order of them. I'm going to choose to enable shipping for this product. You'd want to enter in whatever ship weight you think the product is going to have, and then you can also enter in the length, width, and height of the packaging you'll be using to send the product, and that will be used to help calculate the shipping cost if you're using something like UPS. You can also choose to hide a product from a store catalog. That's helpful if you're offering a special deal on a specific product via email, but you don't want to offer that deal to just anybody who stumbles upon your store. You would enable that. And then variants is perfect if you're selling a product that comes in a variety of sizes, colors, or maybe different materials. You would just add your variants here and then separate them by comma, and then you can add multiple variants. I'm not going to enable that for this demonstration. I'm going to move on to inventory management. Again, this is another optional feature of WebStarts, you can be notified when your stock on hand hits a certain threshold, and you can also choose to display the number of products you still have in stock, so on and so forth. And then finally, digital delivery, which is perfect if you're selling something like ebooks or a software program or some other file that can be delivered digitally. When you're ready to create your very first product, click create, and then that product is created. I'm going to create a couple of more products real quick, and then I'm going to meet you back here just so you can see what it looks like when you have 3 products created for your online store. I've quickly created 2 more products, so I have a total of 3 products in my store, and I'm now going to show you how you can adjust the way that those products are displayed on the store pages of your website. The first thing you'll do is click on the X to get out of the store management view, and then you'll click on Edit Site to the thumbnail of your website on the dashboard. That opens up the page editor with the home page selected by default. You can choose to edit any of the pages of your website by selecting them from the drop down in the top left. You can see right away that there's a subheading called Store Pages, and that's where you can edit things like your account page. So selecting that and covering that quickly. This is what your site visitors will see if they've created an account with your online store and they log in. WebStarts has a nice feature that allows people to save their shipping and billing information as well as view their orders when they're logged into the store. That does a couple of things. One is it reduces the customer service inquiries because they're always able to check the status of their orders. 2 is that it makes it easier for them to order from you time and time again because their billing and shipping information is saved. Selecting the cart page, which you can customize as well. This is just the page that they see just before checkout when they confirm the things that they want to buy. They can adjust quantity and things like that in this view. In the next view, it's the login page. This is the page where they can sign up to create those credentials to log into your store, and also where they would go if they choose to click on the login link that will be displayed in your store. Next is the product page, and on the product page, this shows product details like the name of the product, the description, the price, the quantity they want. And if you select the product widget on this page and then click the settings cog, you'll see there are several check boxes you can check or uncheck that show different things on your page. For example, categories, product search, sorting options, and the sidebar. So if you check all of those, they will be displayed, and if you uncheck them, they will not be displayed. Moving on to the store page, which is the catalog view that we discussed earlier, selecting that widget and then clicking on the settings icon attached to it allows you to change the number of columns that your products are displayed in and also the number of rows. This can affect things like what's called pagination. That means that if you have, let's say, for example, 9 products or 40 products in your store and you only wanted to display 6 of them on a page before you click the next button, then it allows you to do things like that. You can also choose your image scaling here. You can display images either by crop or fit. It's really just about what looks better. And then if you have very wide images, you can adjust the aspect ratio. And if you have very tall images, you can adjust the aspect ratio so that tall images look better as well. And just like on the previous product page that I just showed you, you can choose to display things like category, product search, and the sorting options as well. Before you present your store to the public, one thing that you'll probably want to do is enable what's called the store bar. You can find this by clicking View and then checking Show Store Bar. And what this does is it presents on each of your web pages the store login link, the cart link, and the checkout link, so people can quickly and easily find where they need to go to log in with their existing store credentials where they've saved their shipping and their billing information. They can quickly get to their cart if they want to see the items that they've already selected for their cart, and they can quickly check out if they're ready to pay. So that's a very helpful feature, and I do recommend enabling it when adding e-commerce to your website. In just a moment, I'm going to show you some of the basics on how to edit the elements that are included on the pages of your website. But before we do that, I'm just going to click View Site and show you what the store that I've created so far looks like. So here you can see that I'm on the store homepage, and if I click on the store link in the menu, then I see my online catalog, and then I can click on any of the products. And then I can click to add those to the cart. And then when the sidebar is enabled, they appear in the sidebar, and then I can proceed to checkout, where I can either log in to an account that I've already created, or if your shoppers are coming there and they're checking out for the first time and they want to save their shipping and billing info, they can check this box that says save this information for next time, and then select a password that they would like to use. Let's get back into the WebStarts page editor and show you more specifically how you can edit some of the elements of your page. I'm going to select the home page. I'm going to navigate back to that. And then to edit any of the contents of elements in WebStarts, the idea is to click on it and then click the pencil icon, or simply double click on any of these text boxes. So I'm just going to say great deals on fancy watches. And you can see you can edit that text very easily. The same thing with things like this button right here. I can click to select it, then click the settings cog, and then I'm just going to change the title of that button to Shop Now, and then I'm going to link that button to the store page on my website. So when people click on it, they'll be taken to my online store. I'm going to save those changes, and then they're immediately published to my website. Now, something you'll want to keep in mind when working on your web pages is that this section up here that's highlighted in green above this dotted line is called the header, and anything that you place inside that header appears in that same location at the top of every page of your website. So it's the perfect place to put things like your logo, your business name, and your menu. That way, when your customers or your site visitors are moving from page to page, they always know they're on the same website and where they're going to find things like navigation. That same thing applies to the footer, which is the section below this dotted line at the bottom. You can see here that you can put your logo and business name and even things like a newsletter subscription field into the footer, and then those appear at the bottom of each page. Now, the part that's variable is the middle section, and that's called the body, and that's where all this stuff is in. And if you ever want to change an image or anything like that, you can do that just by double-clicking on the image and then selecting your new image from the file manager. Now, if you want to add certain elements to your page, you find those over here by clicking Add, and then you can choose the element that you would like to add to the page. So, for example, if you wanted to add a new text box, I just did that there. There are a lot of other features. Again, those are demonstrated in that Getting Started video that's presented the first time that you sign up and create a website or a WebStarts account. There are also tons of other features with WebStarts. For example, when you're creating a store, you'll probably want to create a blog as well, and that will drive traffic to your website, because the more content you put out there, Google tends to index it, then people tend to find it, come to your website. And that's a great way to market your online store and your e-commerce website above and beyond just designing it, because it's going to drive sales. So that concludes this video on how to add e-commerce to a website using WebStarts. Thank you for watching, and again, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications. See you next time.